Do you have a view on that kind of debate about how reliable data is from the poorest 20% of countries?
It's a huge issue. And we touched on it earlier in the discussion where I was mentioning that I think too many resources go into the analysis of often poor data and too little resources are actually given to improve the data in the first place. And data from poor countries is one of those areas where we know that the data is often of poor quality, but that's true for data across many sectors, even in rich countries. And it's one of our key efforts in this work to find this kind of balance where we always live in a world with imperfect data. There's no data that's ever accurate, but we have to see where the data is actually able to tell us something about the world and what we should know about the data to make sense of it and where we should rather stay away from it. So it's a massive concern and just really at the heart of our work.
Does that maybe imply that trying to be really comprehensive and presenting lots of different pieces of data about all of the countries could end up replicating this unreliable data, and perhaps people would end up giving too much weight to data that they should mostly be ignoring, and perhaps you should just focus on a smaller range of numbers, the highest quality, most reliable ones?
Yes, that's a concern. And I think we often decide against working on a project because we don't have good data to report on. But it's also the case that there are arguments that push you in the opposite direction. For example, on mental health, all of the research that we have suggests that mental health disorders are just very common in countries around the world. And we want people to take mental health much more seriously as a global health issue. Now, the data that is available on a global scale is of poor quality. And so you're caught up in this dilemma where, on the one hand, the data is poor and you would rather not publish it. On the other hand, by not making the data available and presenting no information about it, you leave this massive global health problem without any reporting. And in this case, we decided that the data should be made available and should be discussed. And we're working now with Saloni, who just joined us in the team, to get a better understanding of global mental health issues.